What's going on with Luke and the Devils?
Is Kalane retiring soon?
What book is that?
Did you see the new Kraken jersey?
Repeat?
Was that the goal of the year?
16 million?
Who's gonna win the Norris
The
Trophy?
Isles are having fun again?
Did you read the new Elsie Silver novel?
Will the Sabres ever make the
Did
playoffs?
anyone beat Ovi's record?
We a new book rec.
Who got traded?
Will Matthews bounce
Can
back?
Tampa get back on top?
This is Read Between the Blue Lines,
A hockey podcast.
where our brains are filled with endless stat lines
Rosters.
and a list of books to read,
Tune in every Monday for a deep dive in the game you love.
and the books we can't shut up about.
Hey guys, this is going to be a bit of a different episode. We are at a Sirens game right now.
Hello.
It hasn't started yet, but if you can hear Zambonis in the background, that would be why. Things have been a little hectic. I don't know if you know, but covering multiple leagues in multiple states and also having full-time jobs gets a little difficult.
A lot.
So, playoffs start in 3 days for the NHL.
Yeah.
The
Don't
East
ask
is
us for a
locked
schedule.
in.
We don't have one
No.
because we don't get nice things here.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
The East is locked in, right? Everyone has their matchups.
Yeah.
So,
The West is the only one where, well,
sorry, we should probably.
to Connor McDavid's pillow fight division.
Yeah.
That's why we're waiting, because the Pacific doesn't want, nobody wants to win the Pacific.
No one wants to do anything.
Nobody wants to play hockey in the Pacific, so.
Should we backtrack though, because we haven't talked on pod about hockey since we've had some firings and
Oh, yeah.
readjustments. So we should
Oh
probably.
my God, because we didn't even cover MSG. Like,
No,
Fires
because we
MSG.
did our book episode and that took long
That's
enough.
right. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a lot to talk about in a very short amount of
Yes.
time.
Okay, we can do it. Like, not speed run. Fire. What's the
Well, okay.
when you're like asking questions? Rapid fire.
Rapid
That's what
fire.
it was. That's what it was.
Speed round.
Speed round. That's what I was like in my head.
Oh no!
Should we go up there?
go back there.
I feel like we should upload this as is. It's gonna be the funniest thing ever. You're like,
It depends on how
Here we go,
much of the
guys.
music is in the background, but yeah.
hey guys. Oh, I should.
We can look at the
If
Devils
you're still
practice
listening,
rink.
guys, we're going to the bougie side of like where you sit at Devils games, where like the practice rink is.
We're in the
Didn't we
restaurants, and
record
so
one? Didn't we record one up here once?
we did the U.S. versus
like a,
Canada preview.
Four Nations.
Yeah,
I say those are children, but those are not children.
they're like teenagers. Okay.
They're so tall for teenagers. Well, I'm also like, you're gonna laugh. I put my heels on today and I was doing my makeup in the mirror and I was in the bathroom and I was like, is this what it's like to be like normal height?
Did you get a new Lando sticker?
No, that one's been there.
Oh,
I haven't put anything new on here since.
the otter. You don't even have the otter on there.
No, I had to take this off because this is like stupid.
Got it.
This is from a Valentine, like a One
I
Direction
have
Valentine.
that same sticker.
Do you
actually.
really?
It's just black and white.
I got some of these have to come off. Like this voted one is like completely faded.
I have never
but-
gotten an I voted sticker in my life.
So I didn't.
My district doesn't do them.
I'll get one for you. Do you have midterms this year? No, wait.
Yeah, everyone has midterms this year.
Well, I vote in June.
Every single.
Oh wait, duh. I'm like.
Every
duh.
single seat is up for re-election.
Yeah, okay.
So by the way,
I'll
guys,
just get
do
you
your
an extra one.
by the way, guys, do your civic duty and go vote because I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure
seriously.
every single seat in Congress is up for
Yes.
re-election.
How about and as we say, you vote in the little ones. They actually matter. Clearly.
Yeah, no, literally
Clearly.
always vote in small elections, big elections, all of
Also,
them.
like it feels really good. And if unless you're Ken's, you get a sticker.
Yeah, in most places you get a sticker. I think I've gotten
I
like a
used to have
lollipop before.
What? I used to have my parents
They'll
like
give us
steal one for
candy.
me because when I was in college, I had to vote by mail because I lived in PA. And I made my dad steal me a sticker every time. I was like, "Can you get me an extra?"
Do you know
get
that-
a sticker in the mail?
Do you know that scene in Gilmore Girls after Rory steals a yacht? And sorry,
Yes.
spoilers for a show that's 25 years old. After she steals the yacht, and Lorelai's like, "Is she gonna be able to vote? She loves to vote. She changed her I voted sticker from shirt to shirt after the November election." Like,
That's actually
and then
so real,
So
though.
watching that and then never ever ever getting a sticker was like
I'm gonna get you one.
morally destroying.
You'll have one. I
Okay,
can't believe
thank
they
you.
don't give it to you, but
So
okay, we're back.
I'm definitely gonna cut out me coughing because
It's
it's
okay.
loud. My allergies are trying to murder me, guys. So we'll see how this goes. Where do you want to start? Torts? Bruce Cassidy?
That's the first one.
Is that I think that's the first one.
Yeah. This is a span of a week. So yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Brianna, go.
hey guys. I worked like all of these, so this is like stuck in my brain. In the span of a week, I'm just gonna run through them. Vegas fired their head coach, who was Bruce Cassidy. They hired John Tortorella. He previously coached. What was the last team he coached? Philly, the Flyers.
Yeah.
Like last season. That was that. They had like 8 games left, I think, at the season at the time, and everybody's like, what the heck? And then the next day or two, the Leafs let go.
Well, hold on. I want to clarify that Torts is only on until the end of this season.
They also, like, the funny thing about hockey is that they'll tell you how much the players are getting paid, but they won't tell you anything about. It's very sketchy when it comes to like coaches and stuff. Like they'll tell you like this was a report, but like they'll never actually tell you what it is.
Yeah.
So the report is he'll only have towards the end of the season, and then Vegas will make a decision if he stays come next.
But they brought
year.
him in as like the locker room is no longer listening to Cassidy. We need something to shake it up.
And they had like lost a bunch of. They were not great before he came in, and they were like on the verge. They could have missed the playoffs if they hadn't done so well in the last couple. So
and Torts is very well known for his specific style of coaching.
Hi.
So there's definitely something to be said there for like changing it up.
Yeah. Next was, and the way my memory is working, this might not be in order, but the Leafs fired Brad Treliving, who was their GM, who I don't know why they hired in the first place because he destroyed Calgary. So, you know.
I was expecting that to come sooner
That
rather
was one
than
that made sense, yeah. So they have not named a replacement, but they let him go pretty much the next day. And they are not in the playoffs this year, everyone. They missed it for
like
the
they
first
also
time
weren't
in 10
going to
years.
make the playoffs, so I feel like
I thought that should have happened like last season.
Yeah.
The whole thing with Marner, I feel like, was part of that. Who am I missing before I get to the Isles? Who else? Oh, we're sitting here. The Isles did theirs first, but the Isles, I think so.
Yes, the Isles did theirs first.
That was another head coach firing. They let go Patrick Waugh, and they hired Pete DeBoer, who just last coach he teamed with the Stars last season. He got let go after the whole thing with Jake Ottinger. If you don't remember, I don't say benched him, but like kind of benched him and had really weird comments about why he didn't play him in the last game. The Stars lost, etc. He brought the Stars to 3 straight Western Conference Finals. Unfortunately, did not make the Stanley Cup final in any of them. He is now on Long Island for much longer than Torts. I think it's 3 or 4 years.
I think it's 4 years
after starting next season. So like, the season doesn't even like really count because it was like 4 games left.
Yeah.
And then a day or two later, the Devils announced they let go their GM, Tom Fitzgerald, which was also an expected one. It probably should have happened earlier.
Very expected, and also the fans are very like I feel like Toronto was more neutral about it.
Yeah, but like both of them I saw like
Devils. I think
this
were
one I was like, okay, we should have done it like probably 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But they also have not named a replacement, so that's like their off-season thing to get done. So 2 GMs are out, 2 head coaches are out, with new ones in there. And that all happened literally in the span of a week.
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks ago.
It was very crazy.
It was like one day I was like, okay, cool, another one. We'll just keep going. So
cue the DJ Khaled button.
Yes, literally.
No, it was like an excessive amount of like information to the point where
especially
I was like,
at the end of the season too. Like usually that's like a mid-season thing. Like we saw like Columbus did that almost. I don't want to say it's mid-season. That was almost mid-season.
I will say someone at the Islanders did apparently pull some kind of numbers. Pete DeBoer is not the head coach to join latest in the season. I think there were at least 3 other coaches who have joined with 4 or less games.
That was my first question at work when Cassidy.
Well, he asked. He kind of was like, we're in the press conference, and he was like, it doesn't happen very often. And then someone like riled it off.
For 2 of it to happen like that late in the, that's why it's weird.
Yeah.
But yes.
I think like, funny enough, I think my biggest hesitation is DeBoer on Long Island right now.
That makes sense. It checks out.
I don't necessarily think it's gonna. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
I think how a lot of it is just let it play out till it plays out, and then when it doesn't, see ya.
And then next,
there's also so many coaches you can like rotate through that like keep getting jobs. So
do you want to stay with the NHL or do you want to keep going chronologically?
I don't care. You can go chronologically. I think we're still in.
So next up, we're hitting MSG. A sold
She's
out.
such a cute little bow.
Oh my goodness.
Is she gonna go ice skating? Sorry guys, this girl and I'm guessing her little brother just walked into the rink and she has the cutest bow in her hair and everything.
She's so cute.
Anyway,
We have MSG. The Sirens sold out Madison Square Garden with an attendance of 18,006 people.
Yes.
And it was a game against the Seattle Torrent. They won in a shootout.
2-1. Yeah.
Um,
Nobody scored till well, the Torrent scored in the second, but the Sirens didn't score till 5 minutes left in the third period, so we were nervous
high
that
stakes.
there wasn't going to be a goal scored because the crowd was very much waiting for it, but it happened, and it was fine. And it was a experience all the way around in a very good way.
It was great. It was very overwhelming. There were so many people. I wish we had gotten to talk to more people there because I think that the different experiences and I know that
going
people,
in for-
it was their first game ever, and that's crazy to
I know,
me.
it's an insane way to start to that's your first hockey game ever.
Yeah.
It's crazy in a good way.
No, I'm very fortunate to be there. Shout out to Sirens PR for getting us
Yeah.
in. We got to sit up in
We cried too many times.
the MSG bridge, which is interesting.
Quote unquote their press box.
When you look, so first off, we were sitting next to fans for the first period, which is very
I
weird.
want to know where they went.
I don't know.
They
Ladies,
left
if
after
you're
the first
listening,
period, and
we
I
love
was
talking to you.
where are they going? They offered to get us drinks, and we're like,
We can't drink,
we're
but
actually
thank
working.
It was weird though because if you look down, you
Oh,
could
it's
literally
glass.
see people below us, and then also the bridge was shaking at times, which was very interesting. But overall, also Pascal
yes.
is the GM of the New York Sirens.
His
and
jacket
his
was
jacket
so
was
good.
fantastic.
It was so good.
8.
Yeah.
And then a week later, I took a disgustingly long trip up to Boston to go to TD Garden to see the Boston Fleet take on the Montreal Victoire. The Victoire won 1-0,
Wow.
which obviously very disappointing for the Fleet and the Boston fans in general, but it was a very exciting game. It had around
I'll say it looks very
17,000
exciting.
people, so a little bit less than MSG. Very exciting, very fun. Again, super grateful to go. Boston's press box is very weird.
0. No, I don't say 0 out of 10, but
No.
well,
It was
we've been in
interesting.
better.
Yes.
That's what we'll say.
I'm very spoiled. I sit primarily center ice at UBS every single game with nothing obstructing my vision. and
Excuse
so
me.
I got princess treatment in my first NHL arena ever, and so I'm,
Yeah. You're used to it now.
Spoiled.
Which is exactly how it should be.
But yeah, and then it's been almost a week, and we have playoffs. The East is finalized. The West is still figuring out.
In the
but
NHL.
yeah, do you want to chat
Why
about
not?
what's going on with the East?
Yeah.
Who's who and where's what and
Guys.
where's Waldo?
First off, I mean, we could do the whole I'm not gonna actually touch the West because
Well, I mean, we can chit chat about
you
it.
could say
but
who's who where, but the chances of people moving in those bottom 2 matchups, well, never mind. There's only one set matchup in the West.
yeah,
Rip. Anyway,
everyone has a game to
Yeah.
play except for Minnesota.
In the East,
yeah,
you have the most exciting, I think, thing in the world is that the Sabres are finally making the playoffs for the first time since 2011.
14 years.
Someone made, I don't know if I told you this or if I, whatever, but someone made a tweet and they're like, somebody's going to make the first ever TikTok from a Sabres
Yeah.
playoff game because the amount of things that did not exist social media wise the last time they made the playoffs is legitimately insane. I don't know. So anyway, they won the Atlantic for the first time I think since 2010, so they will get wild card 1, which is the Bruins.
I'm so excited
So
for that matchup.
it's a very good one. Boston and Buffalo. It starts in Buffalo because they have home ice advantage. So
through
I'm
the
very
Eastern
excited.
Conference.
Yes.
So
yeah, because they won. No, they didn't win the East though.
no, but I'm saying
That's
they have it
Carolina.
for round 1 and
Yeah,
round
1
2.
and 2. Yeah.
Hopefully round 3. If you guys can hear me, please for
so-
round 3.
So yeah, Buffalo, Boston. That's that. The other locked in one. Well, they're all locked in the East. I'm saying that.
Yeah.
Tampa, Montreal, which is ironically, if you remember, a 2021 Stanley Cup final rematch when it was in the bubble, which is crazy to me.
Yeah.
Tampa has home ice because they locked in the second spot. Montreal has third, and that's that. That should be a good one. I'm nervous for Montreal, but I'm very excited for Montreal because They're a lot of fun to watch, so
Yeah.
we'll see.
We can do like a full
see.
playoff preview once we have like all the
We'll see.
matchups, but
Yeah.
this is just like
Where
vibes,
we
guys.
are, where we are.
Yeah, we can do more
Um,
like analysis.
This
in
might
depth.
be my least favorite one because it's also gonna be a horrible Jersey matchup. The Hurricanes once again won the Metro, no surprise. They won the East, kind of no surprise. Although it was the first time ever they've won the East. Go ahead.
What if they both lose? Can they both lose? I hate this
They-
matchup so much.
They will play the Ottawa Senators, who got wild card 2. It's ironically the first time these teams will meet in the playoffs ever.
Yeah,
Um,
and hopefully the last.
but I also think it's gonna be horrible watching them because they're like the same color scheme. And Carolina's got weird jerseys. Anyway,
It's gonna
Carolina
be
starts
like-
at home.
It's gonna be like the U.S. Slovakia game.
Yeah, we're like they're too similar. So yeah, Carolina won the Metro, their top spot. They get wild card 2. That ended up being the Sens, although they did flip flop with with Boston a couple times. So that's that. And then final one is the one I'm the most excited about. Metro 2 and Metro 3, which I think was the first one we knew about after everything was settled.
Yeah.
I don't know who calls it the Battle of the Keystone State. I hate that. It's the Battle of Pennsylvania in my mind. Pittsburgh and Philly will be meeting in the first round for the first time since 2018. It starts in Pittsburgh. They have the home ice advantage, and that is that. It'll be very fun. Philly broke like they haven't made the playoffs since like the COVID
I
year,
think 6 seasons.
bubble year. The actual bubble year, not the shortened COVID year. That's two different things. But I'm very excited. I think that's like one of my favorite rivalries ever, and I think it'll be a good one. So
Yeah.
I'm like,
Also, for anyone who doesn't know, Gritty has never been to a playoff game.
yeah. So I think they're in the bubbles. So like he gets to. He
Well,
was already
'cause
pieing people the other day.
He was new.
no, they
And
had
he,
him.
He came in 2019.
No, 18.
2018.
But like they
haven't
didn't
made
have
the
anybody
playoffs.
with. Yeah, they made when they were in the bubble, they didn't get to bring anybody with them. So that
Yeah.
was like, this is like the first time they're playing like playoff hockey in Philly since like
and like actually playing playoff.
2018, I would assume. Yeah.
I'm super excited to see how
Yeah.
Gritty handles the
I'm very
playoffs.
excited.
Because if you guys don't know, Gritty hates
He's
the
iconic.
Penguins.
Gritty hates, I think, everybody, unless you're a Flyers fan, which I think is valid. But
Yeah.
it's so funny. It'll be hilarious.
Oh, I don't know if you saw this. I posted about it. Niles from the Islanders literally took his jersey yesterday and tried to wipe off my tattoos.
yeah. So I saw that, but I didn't notice what his name was. So I was like,
Niles is the fisherman.
yeah, I don't like him. I like Sparky.
Sparky is the
Sparky's my
dragon.
guy.
They're
Sparky,
both-
Sparky tried to kill my brother in a picture we took with him. It's so funny. I have it. It's the funniest thing ever. I don't like the fisherman's like fine, but he like creeps me out a little bit. Sparky is, I don't know why it's a
Human-
dragon, but like
Human mascots and I don't really get along.
that's what I'm saying. It's weird.
But we were like waiting for the elevator downstairs, and he tried to wipe off my tattoos.
He's not
and
having it.
He literally went, like
No,
when you
yeah,
like
like-
smudge someone. So he like licked his thumb and then went to go do it again.
Oh my
And I
god.
was like, ew! Well, I'm like letting him do it, whatever.
Stop!
And then we got into the elevator, and he sat down, and he was like, he like patted
That's
the floor,
so
and I
funny.
was like, I'm not getting back
I
up.
can't.
if
No,
sit
I
right
literally,
now.
I don't know what I thought his name was, but I was like, oh, that's what we're calling him?
Niles the
Niles.
Islander.
Anyway, interesting, I love it. But that's the
Funny
East.
mascot interactions.
Those are East matchups
Yeah.
for the first round. Again, those are set. The West is still 95% up in the air, kind of. But we know who's playing who where in the East. So
When
that's
it comes to the West,
we have one solid matchup.
okay, I need to reiterate that I understand when people say
Say-
they want to change the format to 1-8, they mean 1 through 8 in the East and 1 through 8 in the West.
In the West, yes.
I, however, whenever I
It
talk
still
about
doesn't-
changing the playoffs, I want a 1 through 16 for the
I
whole
was gonna say
league.
the 1 and 8 in the West still wouldn't help.
No.
I don't think
Because
so.
the
Because then
fact
you'd
that
have
the
like almost all of the
entire-
Central. You didn't have any of the Pacific, even if it was the 1 through 8. You'd have like
Exactly.
maybe 2 Pacific teams.
The entire Pacific division would not be in the playoffs right
Yeah.
now.
It's really bad. Like severely
And like,
like
half
bottom
the
of
Metro
the
would
line.
be
Yeah.
back in.
Which we say the same thing every year. Like last year, the same thing when like Calgary missed by a point, and we were like, oh, if you were in the East, you would have made it.
Yeah.
This year, it's like they're all just really bad. The Pacific is just. They're like, oh, we're here, but we don't want to be here.
Like the fact that
Uh-huh.
Minnesota has 104 points and then Vegas, who leads the Pacific, has 93.
They'd be out of the playoff race. I know. Also, I think like the Kings making it with like 22
okay.
regulation wins is bonkers.
To be fair, the Kings and Utah would be in it.
yeah, but
from the
Utah's
Pacific.
Utah's a Central team.
Okay, sorry.
So
Kings would be in it.
Vegas and Kings.
But that's it.
That's 2.
No,
That's what I'm
just
saying.
Vegas.
Or 16.
I keep calling Vegas the Kings.
No.
Please
different-
understand that I
different-
mean the
different
Vegas Golden
team.
Knights.
So that's one Pacific team.
One Pacific team.
And that's how bad it is.
I am so excited to talk about Utah playoff hockey when we
I'm
get
very
closer.
excited. Also, if they get said matchup, I will be bandwagoning them till the end of time. Like if they're set to play Vegas, if Vegas holds on. So Utah, if you're listening, get that Zameth on the
Here's the
ice.
thing.
And
I don't care who they play from the Pacific.
no, me either. I just don't want. I would rather Vegas leaves early.
No, yes.
But-
But I will be rooting for Utah
No, I agree. I agree.
through the West, I think.
I'm very excited for. A lot of people have said the whole thing where it's like, if you're a new team, you don't deserve playoffs that early. You didn't work
Why?
for it. And I'm like,
You made a
why?
good structure.
I think it's fair that you could say a lot of Utah fans came from being Coyotes fans in the same sense. So like they didn't get a lot of playoffs either. So
No.
let them. Just let people be happy. Like
Yeah.
even if you get swept, you made the playoffs. Like you got to experience it. You made it there.
Yeah.
Like anyway, yeah. I'm very, very excited to
Um,
see all those children out now.
Colorado did win the President's Trophy.
And the West and
I'm
the
so
Central.
sorry, Brianna.
It's okay. Unless you're a man, you're gonna tell me that they won it already and they won the cup in the same year, which we know.
I will
But
say, if any team can break the curse since 2013,
yeah,
I do think it would be this Colorado team.
I'm just ignoring it.
That's valid.
There's a lot of similar, like beyond, not even that part, but the everything that they've done this season that's very similar to 2022. So I'm like holding on to that outweighing.
See,
all
but we were
these
holding
things,
on
and
to
I'm
that
like,
with the Rangers, and that didn't.
Yeah, but
go
I don't
well.
trust them with my life.
Okay, but like this
I have a
was
little
2
more
seasons ago,
faith
Rangers.
in the Avs
All right.
than the Rangers.
But
But
on the West, though, we do have Colorado, Dallas, Minnesota, Vegas, Edmonton, Anaheim, Utah, and Los Angeles have all locked in their spots.
yeah,
We're just waiting for official matchups. I will say, if we
We have-
somehow get Edmonton, LA again,
It
I'm
is possible.
going to shoot myself.
it
in
is
the head.
possible. Yeah. So the only one that we know for sure, which we've known the whole season, was Stars Wild will be playing first round. Dallas gets home ice
Yeah.
because they were pretty much stuck in the Central like that. Colorado right now gets the Kings because the Kings are in the second wild card, which
I'm fine. I would prefer
I don't know,
that over
I was gonna
Colorado,
say,
Utah.
Yeah. So right
Because
now
I would
it's
like Utah to at least get to the
Yeah.
second round.
right now it's Vegas, Utah, because Vegas could potentially win the Pacific, so they would get wild card 1, which is Utah, and then Pacific 2 and Pacific 3 currently is Edmonton and Anaheim, but they all have games to play, which is why we don't know who's where. And so like Colorado's opponent could change. Vegas and Utah has to be like locked in, but Utah's opponent could change, and Edmonton and Anaheim can switch up and everywhere. So the only one we know for sure is Dallas, Minnesota, which
Yeah.
we've known that for like since December, pretty much. But there aren't as many exciting. I don't know.
No, Utah's locked in.
No, yeah.
To
But I'm
wild
saying
card
like,
1. Okay.
but I'm saying Vegas. Like Vegas could lock that spot in tonight, but they could still.
But
it
if
could still be
Edmonton-
Edmonton. It could still be.
Well, yeah, because if
Yeah.
Edmonton wins, they have
So that's
more
why
regulation wins.
it's all the flip flopping. So Utah will be playing whoever wins the Pacific. It just doesn't. We don't know who that is. Because it's stupid. But what?
I'm like trying to do. No, I mean, yeah, okay.
Okay.
I'm like, yeah, if it was locked in the NHL, I would have said it was locked
No,
in.
it's
never
yeah,
mind.
yeah. But like they have, because like if they lose and the Oilers win, the Oilers move up.
I
and
was
then they
looking at the
would switch.
percentages to see if it would be higher. That's what I was trying to figure out
Oh, yeah.
mathematically.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Arguably, it's a lot less interesting in the West. I'm sorry, but
I do want to see, once everything is locked in, I do want to go through the math of what would happen if we did use the 3-2-1-0 point system in the NHL.
the Kings would not be here.
Yeah.
Goodbye. For anyone who,
Um,
if anyone's listening and you don't know anything about them, which is totally fine, so I don't want to say they're irrelevant, but like I feel like people forget about them. They went to overtime in NHL record 33 times this season, and they've lost like 20 games in overtime, so it's 20 extra points they have. and they only
Yeah.
have like 22 regulation wins.
But then like their
So-
opponents also have, I don't know. Again, it pisses me off
It's
that
yeah,
overtime games are somehow worth 3 points.
but they're
but it
not
is what it
actually
is.
worth 3 points. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
On
an
the
interesting.
on the P-Dub side, we have Seattle has officially been eliminated, activating the gold plan, which means that they are now eligible to start earning points towards draft order, and
First
whoever
overall.
whoever has the most points with the gold plan gets
First
the first
overall
overall
pick,
draft
yeah.
pick. Who do you think is the so we have officially Minnesota, Montreal, and Boston are in the
Yeah.
playoffs. Who do you think takes the 4th spot?
I'm waiting out. Charger there with 36, Scepters 34, Sirens 31. I'm gonna say Vancouver's there because they have 30. Although like
Also,
I
we have
don't
10
know.
days left of
Yeah,
the
like
P-Dub
and like
season.
these games they all have like 3 or 4 games to play left.
And a lot of them play like each other.
Yeah, like tonight, like Scepters,
So it's like
Sirens.
the thing with the P-Dub that I love is it's a 6
New
point
York.
swing if
Yeah.
you win in regulation. So
I don't know, it's tough because I don't the worst part is like I hate to say this about the Sirens too, but like any team that gets in and that 4th spot is I don't think stands a chance against any of the other 3.
no,
Like even Ottawa. Like
But-
Ottawa made it last year to the final,
but
right?
you never know.
No, you never know. And also the first seed, like whoever wins, like the best team in the league, which right now is Montreal, they would get to pick their opponent. In the last 2
Yeah.
years, the team that picks their opponent has lost to their opponent, the one that they picked. So
I have to say this
You
season
never
it feels
know.
embarrassing though, because how many points do Montreal and Boston have right now?
Montreal is 58, Boston is 54, Minnesota has 49, and then 4th is Ottawa at 36.
That would be embarrassing if you have
Yes.
almost 60 points at the end of your season, and then you lose to someone
that,
who
yeah.
had 40.
That's what
rough.
we had this conversation at work about. They were like, "Oh, that's what we should do in the NHL," and somebody was like, "Yeah, but like, whoever is your President's Trophy winner, and then you lose to like the literal like the worst team, quote unquote, then it's like it doesn't make you look bad, but it kind of in the same sense of being like, oh well, how good are you actually? Because you kind of put yourself in a position and you lost to a team it's not great,
I think it's harder with
but
the NHL because there's more moving
Yeah.
pieces. Because like, what if Colorado picked Vegas?
I
And it's
actually
like,
would
okay,
not
do the
like that.
two wild cards play each other? Or do you have Dallas
Yeah, I
play
don't know how they
Utah?
would do that.
So that's why it
But-
works with the P-Dub with the 4 game. Because I also don't know how long they'll keep that once we have more than
True.
4 teams.
See,
in a playoff.
but if that's where they split it into if they split into conferences, then you have whoever wins one side, one's the other. Then you pick
Yeah.
like within, not like overall. You know what I mean? Which might work easier because
Yeah.
then you're splitting it. I don't know. I'm also just like, I feel like I'm more worried about whoever gets in that spot and then just being completely blown out because of who you're playing. But
I just want a Boston Montreal final.
it's possible.
That's all I want right now.
See, but I would also hate that.
I know, but it would be
Because
such,
like if
it would be
Montreal,
so
I know,
fun.
but like if Montreal loses again, I feel like I need to have a word. I would not be able to withstand that. But
I think
yeah, we'll
Whew.
see. It'll be at least like they're all like close. Vancouver's probably the next one that's going to be eliminated, depending on what happens tonight. 'Cause Sirens are only 1 point ahead of them, which is not good.
yeah. I think we'll
But-
see. I think we'll have a lot to say about the state of the PWHL once we find out more about expansions.
Yeah.
And also once we see like where the teams fall, because especially like we've talked privately about how we feel about New York and what's going on there, and
Yeah.
like other coaching and GM decisions that could
Yes.
or could not be made, or personnel decisions within the teams and what's working, what's not working. And I think that it'll be easier to have that conversation when we're no longer in the season.
Yeah, and I also think I was saying to somebody too. I don't know, like, even if we are expanding, I don't know what that means. Does that mean another expansion draft? And then, how are they doing that with everybody who's
Yeah.
come in? And we just did that last season, and like how that's panned out this time. So, it's a lot of like, it's close, but we also don't know what's happening
Yes.
still, which is unnerving.
Unnerving.
But
but
We'll know, like, I feel like sooner rather than later because, again, the season will be over by next week, regular
the
season.
25th,
Yeah, so, or a week and a half, but.
So, warm-ups are about to start. Are you reading anything fun right now? Because I am not. I'm in a
I
slump.
just finished my F1 romance, but I'm still reading In Your Dreams. Is that it?
Okay.
In Your Dreams? In My Dreams?
In Your Dreams.
I'm eating it. Have you read the whole thing?
Oh, no, I'm still reading it. I have, like, a few chapters
Ken,
left.
I was kicking my feet reading it the other night. I was like, oh!
No, it's so good.
But that's it.
All right. I hope that you guys can hear us. I hope that we don't get a copyright ban, and we will see y'all soon.
Bye.
Bye.